of land for the construction of a proposed fish harbor to the issue of Parliament. Now, the Speaker acknowledging that the President don't officially don't send the Clerk of Parliament on leave. Kapa Ship extending the contract with the government of Sierra Leone by 1 year. And then you get the new Auditor General. The Maui on the Act for years, been made substantive. Well, welcome to the Today Show. This Friday, we look at some of the things we don't form the space in the news, the drama, and so much more. Mina Patrick Salia, quickly first, with motivational message for you here. It says, Friday is a reminder that you have survived the week, stronger, wiser, and one step closer to your dreams. Keep going. However, these days, Fridays are like any other working days. Saturdays are like any other working day. So you get for hustle. In fact, in other countries, like China, for example, you hardly go for differentiate between Sunday and any other working day, or the weekend from any other working day. And that's how growth takes place. Now, plenty other countries. Hard work and smart work too. So after the break, join me and me panelists as we review some of the biggest stories that happened over the week and cause the flare, controversies, positivity, and so much more.
Hey, I don't want to let you connect to the man.
Man them. This na boys. Usai man and they put all thing at table from Pantap to Godo. Inside boys, we know they hide behind the shadow at all. We real and this them na all but we.
Every woman first, let me start that, always they look for a successful man. So likewise, majority of the men also they look for a successful woman.
We can't talk about we hustle and we dey fair money.
When you like somebody, you first of all get for take care of whatever you like. Make them a priority.
We relationship and waiting people they expect from we man them.
You know, women are more emotional than men. If you start them, where you enjoy them, you go they come.
This not a side where we just they can't talk. This na brotherhood. Na side for let you see and feel waiting they really mean for we boy picky.
Sex is intimacy.
This na boys. So come na the bar, grab a chair, buy a drink, let we talk, chill and vibe. Cause this na boys who side with they shake the table.
So important issue them where they affect Salon and the world. The Epic Morning Show, they set the agenda for the day by way for look inside social, economic and political environment and self bring interesting topic them when need critical answer and solution them. We they bring the issue them come to UNU with just one agenda when are for serve the people with all the answer where they need. Tune in to the Epic Morning Show every Monday to Friday 7:30 to 10 o'clock in the morning on Epic Radio 99.3 FM as we bring in Master Sabi people for come discuss all the important issue them where they happen in that country. You can watch me live now with Facebook page when at Epic Radio 99.3 FM and surf on Slick TV channel 37. Epic Morning Show with a serve on no hot one.
Okay, welcome back. Remember several years ago, well, under the Julius Maada Bio administration precisely, then Bidon pronounced the proposal of a fish harbor waiting for Bill and Black Johnson. So that may be with some huge, of course, if occur with some huge consequences, we therefore acquire over 250 acres, 250 acres of land at that Peninsula Community Day. And the project is just about to kick off that very area day. And now, houses, people don't lose their host them and don't lose their land them. But there is huge controversy around the land acquisition processes. Some people not get compensation in terms of land and or physical cash where they're supposed to get. And so much more that happened so far on that very issue there. So now, some clarifications need to be made. Some people don't make claims, allegations, especially over that land acquisition there. Now we'll listen first to Yusuf Isaac Sise, where in a state council, now the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, as he set certain claims on the side of government, say they don't do X, Y, Z processes and procedures will make them clear, then clean like a snow in terms of this entire Black Johnson Fish Harbour process, and so far, where they don't come.
Government, one by responsibility, one for get the land. He go back to the drawing table and ask himself how we will get these 252 acres of land. The government chose for do what we call compulsory acquisition. This now because Section 21 of the Constitution provides for private citizens for all land. But the same section, Section 21, the exception. Say, outside government, the state wants land for the public benefits. It can acquire the land compulsorily. So, relying on that provision there, the government now initiates the process for acquire the 250 acres of land at Black Johnson compulsory. Now they will come in, the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, for ensure say everything will happen in this acquisition and the whole of the fish harbour business, if they in compliance with law them and follow due process. So how we acquire the 252 acres of land? Section 21 give government the authority for acquire the land compulsory. But the Public Lands Act, Cap 116 of law them, it now provide the procedure for FALA. You see, when you follow the law and follow procedure, you know, it's nobody advantage. That repeat and back. We follow due process. You follow what the law say. You know, it's nobody advantage. And because the government knows, say, people are emotionally attached to land, and another one sees nobody advantage, they say no matter how he acts, no matter how long follow the law. So imagine from 2019 till 2022, government take the pain for do what the law say, even though it not be too gladly for do some of the things. But again for do them because this is not a country of laws. And above all, this is not the people's project. So whatever the government they do for this fish harbour, the people's right to land is there at the center. So let's you know what? Let us initiate it now. What do? Section 3, subsection 1 of the Public Lands Act say where government will acquire land compulsory from private individuals. First, if we survey the land. When you survey the land, you produce what you call a survey report. Then with the survey plan. When you don't do so, that survey report and that survey plan, if I go down to the people's representative in our parliament. So what do you do? From 2020, government is now so it be loved one. So when we don't survey land, we, the Office of the Attorney General, with the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, with the Minister of Land, will be the get constant meeting. Because when they acquire land compulsorily, at that stage, you don't know who that gets land. You don't know. Unlike when they go to a private treaty agreement, yeah, you don't identify the landowner, you don't talk price with her. But in a compulsory acquisition, you don't know who owns the land. So what you get for do? The government, through the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, pull out press releases, notices on televisions, on radio, social media. Say, government, they try now for acquire 252 acres of land at Black Johnson. Anybody will get land, because by then they don't identify, they don't demarcate the 252 acres of land. Within that perimeter, anybody will get land, we affected, let come forward and now justify in claim. And now you go justify in claim. That document they count forward. That's how you go justify claim for land. Land is not owned by mots. That document they count forward. So count the document. Law begin now, they assess una and begin engage una. Because that was a key to government, for engage the people. Firstly, for tell them why we need the fish harbor and why the 250 acres of land. Secondly, for tell them why the government used the approach of compulsively acquire the land and why they serve as citizen. Therefore now ensure say them play their part to ensure say we enhance this construction of the fish harbor. Besides the monetary compensation, government give land back to them. Yeah. How they do it? Let me tell you. You are not affected by the Foreshore Act. You are affected by the Foreshore Act, then they give more land. Because they don't reduce your land, so you don't get better money. Okay. Those who are not affected by the Foreshore Act, then they get lesser land. In addition to that, we call a meeting between those who now authentic landowners. Because at that time we don't know how to say really get land. We say now, if you have an investment proposal, bring it forward. Let's say 1 billion hotel, because we need what to call ancillary facilities for the fish harbor. When somebody count a trawler, somebody count a tourist, he need hotel for sleep before he go the next day. So if you're not Sierra Leonean and you're not possible to take the land from you, now why do you give priority first? Count the project. So the Minister of Fisheries, if he align with the fish harbor project, we'll give you 1 acre, 10,000 lot, whatever. As long as that will tell you the human face hold or put on. The environmental impact assessment will not only do a keep out to yourself. We get what's called public disclosure. We did 3 public disclosure. When the government, where we don't do the environmental impact assessment, one, that the grow itself, Black Johnson, we call the community, all stakeholders in the fishing industry, we call them. We'll do a PowerPoint presentation. We'll tell them what are the outcome. We'll go now Waterloo, the second one is Waterloo, the third one is this one. But let me make this very clear. Every development accounts inconveniences. We cannot shy away from that. Of course. No project that take on the act no get impact. All you want to know already so. These are land grabbers. These are not people who have authentic documents. I will say to that education. Let me give the background about question. Some people don't live that land for over 20 years. A lot will say Picario, without interruption, without hiding, without anything, uninterrupted. If you don't live at the land at least for 20 years,
now you get it now.
Now you my adverse possession. And I've explained it here. What we will do now, we will not let everybody there. But almost somebody for car attest say, indeed this man, he don't live here. Then they can say, yes, this man, you don't there. Now I be the coal. Now I be the plants. Now I be they do this. Yes, because we know say so. Now 2 things. Some people are ignorant about making documents. They don't know it's not document in the first place. Secondly, so they know but they not get the upper hand for the document. My people who consider all the issues there. Right. Now me go say, even if you don't get document, but let now the community approve you.
The CRI's allegations versus the government's claims of giving a human face to waiting at the proposal for constructing a Black Johnson. Okay, let's take time. Welcome guest Abdurrahman Kamara, station head for Star TV, and Kelvin Lamin Lamdo, station head for Amaze TV. Gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Today Show and to this review part of the week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Let's start with you, Abdurrahman Kamara. On this subject matter, there have been huge cries, complaints, allegations from community people, and some controversy surrounding this entire Black Johnson stuff. But having heard from Lawyer Isaac Sisi about how far the steps, in summary, where they don't take in making sure that they acquire this land for the project, what do you did choose from, or what do you get from this?
Thank you very much, Patrick, for that's me on side on this. First off, I want to begin for say the lay public be there in which I can call utter illusion to the facts on the basis that we all be the give different interpretation because we not be same for no waiting they prevail. We begin to get a clear indication as to what happened, not by the conduct of the press, the exclusive press briefing where we hold with the Minister of Fisheries, but the communication specialist at the Ministry of Lands, we na Fonty Kabia, he was on TV. I'm sure either Amaze TV or Liberty, one of the two.
With us as well.
Yes, yeah. When it say then get evidence of drone shot, we tell them say no property not be even D prior to the pronouncement of that area day. Okay, that is one. The second part is we were together at the press briefing. Usai, the Minister of Information, the Minister of Fisheries, and even, of course, the council na the State Department, we give the bare facts as to all what happened. Now we all know say, waiting the government do so, it fall under what they call compulsory acquisition. Compulsory acquisition,
By force.
yes, well, not by force, but it gets element of legality. You understand? And we all know somebody talk of human face. The human face, we all come for understand, say, even when people at the way we get what they be called adverse possession, they be done did for quite a long time, even without getting right documentation, but they don't span for over 10, 15 years.
And
Community heads are able to identify them. They're still able to compensate them. Say 4 people, 4 according to the minister. We say they still look forward to them 4 people and they.
And interestingly,
the term where they come with the documentation.
Out of the over 252, out of the over 250 acres of land, there's only about 27 or so people, 21 or 27 people, and say entitled that then come with documents. Or make claims.
Yes.
So meaning if they go by every steps procedures and authenticate all of those documents and at those numbers out of 252 acres of land. So you'd imagine how much land one person will get.
Yeah, Patrick,
you get millions of other Sierra Leoneans will not get land at all.
Patrick, you know that was a question I raised. You know, adverse possession versus compulsory acquisition, and the lawyer was so brilliant though, he able digest them properly. People that get a mad rush on land acquisition, so that we feel and that land they don't let follow for quite a while. You understand? Not until when government experiment for see who side they get the fish harbor, they started off with Mauritania, that the soldier base, the naval base in Mauritania. But because of certain oceanographic conditions, them just believe say they're not able.
Population,
yeah, the place just to congest. Yeah. Then go na Tombo. Again, the problem still there, where scientifically they feel say they're not able. Not until they discovered now the Black Johnson, they know say this place was pretty much ideal.
They say get deep water.
Exactly, you get deep water. And they believe that's not the ideal place for making them able to get this particular fish harbor. And the thing back will come very clearly. This fish harbor, I remember you asked a question, like a grant to the government of Salone.
Free money.
Free money. Where it be say, all they would send people they need for do, that they come and build, get a lot of other structures in terms of processing, in terms of, getting auxiliary things the way they go around. But the good thing will come out of that, we all know say now, we be the struggle with EU certification process for how we export with fish. And China now one country will say, you know what, before now they go through all them process that they photogenic or what else you call them, for many process all them fish. Now they give una license on certification for me una export una fish to China. And the good thing will come out of that one day. But the bottom line here
that came in last year, I think late last year or early this year.
Good.
We didn't get that certification day.
That certification day. You are aware of that?
Yes.
Good. So the point here is, when make us say we be there in utter illusion, now the people where they go out, the message where they be the give, They give a message where they appear as if they were right in all that we're doing. Not until now we're able to get them clearly. If this approach should have been taken before time, I'm sure government for the able to bear the facts surrounding the Black Johnson.
But we live, Kelvin, we live in a society, in a state wherein government officials often they shy away from talking to the media. We're more or less for the media for help for clarify certain things. Look at how long this thing long span for, and look at the controversy where it take government. Not until such controversies emerge, then government begin come out now and begin say, now this is XYZ. Had it been that they had started reaching to the media from onset, make themselves available, and start for explain step by step everything where they do to the media. Imagine if we for reach to this level.
Yeah, we can always support proactivity in terms of service delivery to the public. When you are proactive, these things are kept checked because compulsory acquisition, it don't be plenty side. But you know they hue and cry because maybe as soon as they come, they start the process, the project. But now the project don't like for long. We don't see them put any stone. Now when they don't get this chance now, so we lawyers and don't explain and people don't understand. We want to see physical things there on the ground now. Otherwise, if it lapses for another 2-3 years, what we going to find out? We will see other persons don't go begin build pan body. He say na Granny be don't left that place again. So we see forceful acquisition. Outside the present day stadium, they so all the other have been Catholic compound. Now they may get her. Yes, it go join to the Bengon.
St. Joseph's Secondary School.
Yes,
and all that.
all them places in St. Antonio, all that area was strictly a Catholic property. But when there was a need, the bishop he begged them. He said, "Okay, when I take the land, I don't get a problem with that." He said, "But this house, bishop house, he said, I beg una spare." He said, "Because I'm a legacy." They spare him. That's why you see Bishop House still up intact. Now that stadium compound there is the only ancient building we been there in that structure.
And the Ministry of Sport, they use as administration.
They use that for administration purpose. But you see how
and I say forceful acquisition now for
not forceful, compulsory.
Compulsory acquisition now for the benefit of the majority.
It's supposed for B. So this is why
by
we are
law,
looking. Yes.
By law, not for an individual.
Well, the example what it goes so now, that at the stadium. Uda go tell we say stadium not for the best use of everybody. Everybody don't benefit from stadium, including we owners that we don't go overseas now, we footballers them, we self we don't go enjoy the crusade, whatever. We all don't go enjoy this. So for the greater good, the Catholics then just say, okay, acquire but spare this. So also Black Johnson is such land where government for get the way they get. But however, the first people we begin for talk about the project, we miss the message in terms of acquisition of that land. So that's why it boils down to this. But however, thank God we get professional legal people. We're able for explain them to the point that a lot of people don't understand now. But wait till the big, the government look with a human face. The one then way for benefit, for relocation or for get any money as compensation. Well, even if they don't get good documents them, but there are some factors where they look where person not in a land for longer now. Once you before clear them factor then they, because if they really don't happen, community people them, community heads,
years or so.
Yes, they're able to say, well, no, this person really don't there. Well, we're not going to say na best practice, but at least government always supposed to be a comra or we forget Soriant for make sure say at least them people in let not go without. Because now the insecurity of the project can start.
But my point is, and the concern of many, yes, people in Salone, including that place there, like I mentioned, about 20-something people, less than 30 people, we own the land, we claim ownership of the very land. Of the, is it 80% of the 80% of the land, just 20% of land by the sea. 80% of the land where they say yes, now governments they pay compensation for. It's less than 30 people and then go claim ownership of that very property. So it should say you get certain individuals, we get how many acres of land, where you get the bulk of Sierra Leonean.
No,
and this they happen across Sierra Leone, not only Black Johnson.
No.
This is just an example.
It does not add up to what you try for sale because most of the land also be they unclaimed because that particular land, say the land acquisition system now.
No, the one the way they claim. Some of the people away go make claims.
Yeah, some people
they get past how many acres.
Yeah, some get some acres, some not even get reach the acres left. So some
they talk about the one that we get how many acres.
We show.
Yes, we get documents we show. We get how many acres. In fact, you get people are waiting at the community and other places. We not even get one. They not even get small portion. Then still a struggle for get land.
But land business na idealistic something. Some people they near land. They not even budge. They not even rush. Some people don't just care.
I wonder how many.
Sometimes if you don't get one town lot, you say they lay. Some people and they want some for commercial purpose or for advantage purpose of the future and all the stuff. And some people, even if they get the opportunity, they just don't want. So, but there are some people we get. You understand? We want to get more and more grab. I don't share land with somebody. Oh my God. The cancer every 2-3 days the cancer and I say anything, just take this land go. Maybe I'm not interested again because. We are insecurity they start. So like I mean they say about insecurity of the project. If therefore people in the way also we then say
don't left.
We don't left, we not prove and documentary evidence for sure say then get panel land, make them fair way let them compensate some way somehow. Because as I say, that's so insecurity of project.
But in law, they say who asserts must prove.
Yeah, but
if you can't document, you can't document your claims in and me get this land. If you can't evidence,
yeah, what they talk about the human face. Now the fact that if them defeat them legally, then people still go sit down within them communities. Then those are the people who will pose the threat to the security of that project. They, in case something they don't begin pack cement, those are the ones who go can net, then broke cement, then broke block, then send stone, or they begin bring upheaval and kind of thing. So for save all things, the great government don't begin open the space so when they don't show people and say yes, they get the right for what they do and all the rest of it. Men and just find a way and even tell them say,
mind you, the money where they pay now government money, now the compensation they come out from government's pocket directly.
Yes.
So and
government is there for the people.
And government have to get accountability.
Of course, yes, this is how you account. You say yes, these people, although they not be able, but we get evidence from the headman and the other council say they don't deny the land.
No, those are
because of that. Even if we forgive them 100% compensation, would they give them 50%?
No, the people in question now, not the one the way we don't leading at that. Now the one the way go document and challenge government say now we get this land. Those are the people.
No, they're a different one. But the one
they're not left when at the 4 according to Yusufa's access. And then at the 4 we don't left.
Okay, wait,
and then say their own money their own money day. We then count evidence for proof claims. Then go give them the money.
Well then let it be so. But if people in there will be done at the land where there is some discrepancy, make them look out a human face. That's my own plea because of security implications for the future of the project.
Okay, Abdulrahman, this come now with some kind media reports and some people now claiming, say, remember there was a ruling by the Supreme Court, Salone very recently, I think a couple of months down the line, of a Pratt's family will win against the state and say government take land from them, and as a result, government lost that case. They went and carried the case going to Supreme Court. And that case, according to report, now being Dennis Sandi as Minister of Lands at the time, Naimi Day as Minister. And then he can be now under Turad Senesi in tenure and can give this ruling. So it turned out to be something else.
For government continuity.
When they attach now to this Black Johnson, say this acquisition now might end up that same way.
Well, Patrick, we all the way they make them very clear. And you've been, during the process, you've been asked one very important question where the officials, they may look a little bit evasive on the answers. You know, when that land they be left fallow, what government did, they employed the service of military personnel and police personnel for the day.
Yes.
Right, Kelvin?
For over 2 years.
For over 2 years they were there. Now, during that time, we begin to see a surge of people, moving towards getting land acquisition.
Before that 2 years.
I am not here to say now that's so German them or them policemen and do this thing. I am not saying that. But again, in law, remember why I asked the legal guy inside. In law, I have a lot of friends. Solomon Jamiru, they tell me, say, we get what to call parole evidence. Then tell how long catch we don't upline, you papa they come and tell you say you get a parcel of land. Without no documentation, he just say, Patrick, you know, my first boy picking, you know, saying, take that parcel of land among all the other picking them. No documentation. But Solomon Jamiuki always say, let it be backed with documentation. Parole evidence is absolutely right. You understand, admissible. But in this case, I don't see anything. The question we ask, but they say, I don't get any link. They say, you don't get any link. That judgment, they don't get any link with the prevailing circumstances that we face. Now, you don't visit the place. Even you talk of human face.
This one for the general.
You get people tell me, you get other people that would pull from the area in contention, we go across the street where they relocate.
Yes.
Who were these people? You understand? So if government don't get human face, government will go to that extent for say, okay, now we don't want incapacitate to them at all. We move on from point A, we cross over the street and give una back other place for make una.
Some man get money per tap down.
Some man get money per tap down. So even the compensation, you understand? Now government in money, and in order within the 55 million United States dollars.
Wait for can
do the work. And even with this money, initially when it all started, they pronounced $55 million. When the minister came, you know, say the Chinese government come and plead, say, for make them reduce some, make them cut half percent of this particular amount. Now the minister say, but we don't allow president for go make a pronouncement. Now parliament and say 55 million. Parliamentary the all. Salomon don't know say na 55. If we can cut them, which kind of picture are they paint for weak government officials? So the minister insisted having this original amount for carry on with this particular grant. Otherwise, the Chinese government will get a reconsideration for even cut on this 55 million. You understand? You don't see how they for put the government in a very funny position.
So now we for rush now. So
you understand? Now they give precondition. They for make pavement. They for ensure say they get roots in areas. They for clear the land.
Well planned.
Well planned. They for clear the land effectively. The project will begin in 2 months' time. September. You understand? When they don't do all that thing and day, then believe say within that timeline where they give, they're going to implement all of this particular project. List to talk about the accompanying benefit with that particular project they get for come up.
And now some people they don't begin and assess now say they're not like the stadium project, so they say 2 years. When they say 2 years, now 3 years, 3 years, and going to 4 years now. Kelvin.
We open pre-say the 2 year will be 2 years, but Salon 2 years.
And then talking about the Abdurrahman, the issue of the certification. I think it was you, Kelvin, earlier. The certification by Chinese government to the government of Sierra Leone for export fish to the EU market. There is this belief now by Sierra Leone and say, then the Chinese government can begin take advantage of that. Because some of the vessels, or if not most of the vessels where they fish away water, where they do industrial fishing, they get her. So then we can begin to see the advantage by Sierra Leoneans because they don't do this XYZ. So what do you expect?
No, what in be the try for say in that area? Well,
he who pays the piper calls the tune.
No, apart from that, Chinese boats will always be the ground will say they get a lot of bad things they do in the water. So now long make this official. They don't make the official, don't get the port. We don't get the port. Inside the ports now, we'll get with staff that we get for work day. The fishery inspectors then go did it, we NRA officers then go did it, etc., etc. So let them be listening. Let them pull all the secrets common out because now they will get for catch them. Because they will not be get the port, you understand? In waiting and feel for car land and any land, they carry the best to go. But in this case now, when there is a port, there is a mechanism because I don't see the model, how they do the kind of boats that we get for them and all the rest of it, including IC's patrol boats them, where we own military self will get priority now, you understand, for even use them boats them and go, because now they are sure of a landing site, everything.
But we only get one, so Ibrahim Kouoma vessel.
Yeah, no.
Which is hardly used because it's expensive for use for go to the high seas. For go
no, it will become better now.
Do surveillance.
It will do better.
And we also get monitoring officer the way they put now each vessel where they on with fishing.
According to the model.
But yes, they continue for getting complaining also and come from the artisanal fishing.
No, we go better. We follow. We get the abo. You understand? So all them things they will step up.
One-stop shop.
A one-stop shop where we go step up everything. Then we never go get them strength and power because that's in nobody go talk say again money no dey because we go get money right inside that particular fish abode. Then all the fish exports now go be highly accountable because there is a place where our inspectors are working and a lot of Sierra Leonean workers then go there inside it. You understand it? So let it be and let's see how it goes. But in 2 years,
Patrick,
let it be 2 years.
Patrick,
let not be the stadium 2 years.
Patrick, I honestly believe if we effectively utilize the blue economy, it's pretty much enough for take care of all the infrastructural financings. Right?
So?
Yes, the economy. There's money in the sea.
If harnessed well.
If harnessed well. That's not the caveat. Patrick, you talk of monitors and where they go on board the seas. You understand? It's not only about the Chinese. You get Ghanaians where they come right into economic waters, where they come fishing. You get Senegalese where they come with their boats in the middle of the sea. Then people are where they call sea monitors, they have been compromised. So the day they tell you, say, when the condition where they give, they get that NJOC, the National Joint Maritime Committee. Then they another place there. You understand?
Yes,
so when they can go, they all can hold meeting. When they send people in there, every boat get what you call a transponder.
Yes.
When they can go deliberately, they hold the transponder, yeah, when they can do bad. And they get, exactly, they're getting money. And when you look at the fish them, because Senegal get a potential, Ghana get a potential, where they can catch where they can do catchments, yeah. They take them, they go process them, and they come and send them to the EU market. When they go, you identify the fish today, the origin are from Salon.
But we don't get processing facility.
We don't get processing facility.
So hence we're not able to export at the EU market. But now
so then the Chinese say, now on delay forget the certification process from the EU market, now we the give now. You know, Chinese are people they ask for invoice so. Now people they're very plain. You understand?
And the Chinese market
wide.
A big past the EU market.
For foreign. You understand?
By population and by
exactly.
Size.
People in Lambo, China have never been there. Then they tell you, say, go to a restaurant. I don't know whether you don't go there. You understand?
I've been there.
Good. You don't go Tokyo. Usai Sylvia Blind meet up. You understand? The point where me they try for Tokyo is the point where me they try for Tokyo. You go to some restaurants. You go see fish. You don't say the origin of this particular fish was Saloni common. But we now not get.
But you really claim ownership.
Thank you very
because
much.
Because you don't get say I don't
exactly
identity.
So the problem is, yes, the one-stop shop. I feel say it go curtail. It go curtail all the things that way they happen on the high sea. You know, when we sleep, you don't know what prevails in the high sea and it. Going from 1, 2, 3, going to 4 o'clock, come to 5 o'clock in the morning. But it's all vanish, go to the water. So we're losing a lot.
So the two of now, I think say the fish harbor is better late than never.
But for me, the analysis where the acting director
of fisheries,
Sheku say, the analysis where it make, I'm pretty much convinced that if the government pay attention, clearly on these, forget about mining activity alone and all the rest of it, for over 30 years, we will not see benefit in mining. I believe, say, the blue economy is an answer to the current financing of we need short and long-term planning, especially with the big 5 government changes, if that's what they call them.
Kelvin, you agree?
Yeah, I agree with them, absolutely. And we look forward to that. We're so optimistic.
All right. So, just yesterday, moving away from fish and the fishing sector and the proposed fish harbor, just yesterday, Parliament swear in a new member of Parliament. Well, the House of Legislators swear in a new member of Parliament, Honorable Abubakar Fofana from Kenema, replacing Honorable Musa Moigua, who been died just a couple of weeks ago and has already been buried. So Abubakar and Honorable Abubakar and second in this, but was delayed to return to Parliament due to the district block system. So by the list, after Honorable Moigua for Kenema district, I be the next. So he eventually propel him for go Parliament. So yesterday, the swearing-in ceremony take place, but without one man who will come discuss shortly. But let me go Parliament quickly and then witness the oath-taking ceremony where it take place there. In the presence of the MPs from APC, where we don't say then they back out on Parliament because one person was pursuing or is still pursuing a partisan political party affairs. Well, I'll go take the oath taking ceremony first.
I, Honorable Honorable, having been elected a member of Parliament, do hereby, in the name of Allah, swear, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Sierra Leone, as by law established. That I will uphold and defend the Constitution of Sierra Leone. And that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge. The duties of a member of Parliament. So help me God. Now we take come back.
Honorable Abubakar Fofana from Kenema, replacing Honorable Moigua, who had been top executive member of the SLPP, but has already been buried since in die couple of days thereof or weeks ago. So that oath-taking ceremony usually supposed to be administered by, well, under the administration of Julius Maada Bio since 2023, Honorable Parantawali. If you notice, it wasn't him who administered the oath-taking ceremony. Not because he's sick, no. He was fully and is still fully healthy and able. But for one reason, because the Speaker of Parliament, just a few days ago, we see a letter where he addressed to the honorable members from the APC, where he said the president don't decide for send Honorable Parantawali on leave. And that means the APC will now return to Parliament. So if you see during the oath-taking ceremony, if you see on the right-hand side, you'll see Honorable Abdul Kago, leader of the APC in the Parliament, and you see Honorable Daniel Koroma as well. Just look at the image here. See Honorable Abukagu, Honorable Eona Una Koroma, Honorable Daniel Koroma. Who else? Do you see that from APC? Yes. But on the left-hand side, however, this is another talking point for us. On the left-hand side, you see Honorable Mohamed Bangura, who is supposed to represent APC in the Parliament, but rather they on the SLPP side. The question is why. But I will discuss the issue of the Honorable Parantawali, where no administer the oath to Honorable Fofana instead of the way it was done yesterday. Kelvin? Interesting.
Well, this
Paran officially now been sent on leave.
Yeah, this na the beauty of democracy. You have to assert what you believe in. So I want to say kudos to the members of Parliament of the All People's Congress, the APC, especially Honorable Abdul Kabo, where Naimbi lead the scenario will take place in the Parliament. Although a lot of people, let me say, they're not be supposed for boycott Parliament, etc., etc. But however, the way where they push that issue there, and the way where the government have listen and react appropriately, shows say democracy is the only means by which civilized people could govern themselves, and then they make progress. So, really, there is nothing wrong for the clerk of Parliament being measured with a political party. Because everybody knows that before now, Honorable Parantawali was a member of Parliament, of the Sierra Leone Parliament, under the SLPP. You understand? So, if he not been go na Parliament again as a member of Parliament elected, and then the president pick him for be the clerk of Parliament, it was clear that he was SLPP. So me, when I mean see the wrangling, now they may have been go say, no, does the APC not know that perhaps SLPP man in the first place? But now realizing that he was going for a senior and strategic party national executive position, you understand?
Secretary General.
Yes, that's very strategic because you lead the entire
administration
of the party. It behoves on you to do the needful. And I think the government graciously did that, and then they gave justification to Honorable Abdul and co, where they raised the issue in the first place.
Administering the oath, vote.
But
this was on the day where they pull Lara Tedopias in Parliament.
Yes, this is the old video. So really, that don't shape the situation and put into rest, and that should always be the case in a democracy. There should be people who are sat, and there should be people who listen and take the rightful action. So kudos to the APC members of Parliament. And I also will say kudos to the president because he hires the clerk of parliament and he fires him. But in this case, he did not fire, but sent him on leave. So there is one thing now, the catch. If you go to the elections, with I think around 20
and the letter say effective June 20.
Yeah, so it's backdated.
And I noticed even this letter was backdated.
Yeah,
or maybe
that's what I'm seeing.
Yes, or maybe now we see the letter, or maybe now we see the letter late.
Or maybe it comes to the public domain late. But however, late or not late, you understand? In 20-something days' time, the SLPP they conduct their internal democracy for the national
executive
officers. So there is the catch. If he wins, he might not come back. But if he doesn't win, I think he has to come back.
You sure?
That's my take because it's a leave. He was not terminated or he was not expelled. He was not asked to step down because he's just aspiring.
No, I hold a contrary view to what my colleague they say. I'll sit here and talk to you on the affirmative that Honorable Paran Tarali until the end of Julius Maada Bio era now will never see the face of Parliament.
Is that an assertion or?
I tell you for real. I tell you for real. Right, I've spoken to so many MPs. I get the same impression that he was just set aside because either temporarily or not. We saw what happened in the situation where he employed the wife for work. It results to ACC being investigating him, and we thought that should have been the end of his parliamentary career, but it turned out to be otherwise. But I'm sure with this one, it's different from what we saw in the first phase. So to me, I get this impression until they say proven otherwise, that even that election, trust me, that election will be very difficult for Paran for override as he is. You understand?
Perhaps you get 9 lives.
You understand? Oh, Napus?
Well,
you understand?
Yeah, Aziz and others.
And others. And you get the former Chakanda, Robert Chakanda. Very fine personality.
The seed scientist.
Thank you. So what they say is, Paran, the letter way Paran, where they shown at Parliament, that make it take leave, and not suggestive of a fact that is going there. If Paran for don't DD, he gets any prospect of going back, trust me, the SLPP I know, in the first place, not forever don't take them off. In fact, so if we have the impression, say, about this thing above case, APC is a permanent opposition back there for the, they're not going to ever get Paran who side they want to for make it common at Parliament. But they've demonstrated it. And we all don't see them now. We don't see democracy at play. You understand? You're fully aware. You know what happened with Timbo? Where they removed 10 parliamentarians in Parliament. You remember no so?
Yes.
The first season of Maada being ruled.
Together with Honorable Sigajin.
Exactly, Kamara. All of them till the day happened. You well aware. Paran a lawyer. Paran knows the law. He know who side the law day. He know who side the law.
So he knew the law, but
exactly.
He knew the law, but
he underrates
the process.
He underrates the process. Now what's look what's before them.
Or and did he, or it just be the test the water? Just test.
But he tests the water, you employ your wife, he tests the water.
No, this very process, he knew, in a civil servant in this case, as a clerk of parliament.
A public servant.
Yes. In a public servant in this case, as a clerk of parliament.
Yes.
You're supposed to be non-partisan.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be a neutral person. You're not supposed to pursue an active political, internal or whatever it is, agenda, but yet it tests low. And this is the consequence.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking whether we're sure it will come back.
No, I have the impression it's not coming.
Well, I mean, by the dictates of the letter.
They say he ought to know better. They say he's a lawyer.
In fact, I advise Gilbert Nabi. I advise Gilbert Nabi may hold farm. Let not allow anybody for carry again.
No, it's not up to him. It's up to
the president.
Yes. He does his hiring and firing. And in this case, he did not fire. He just sent on leave. There is a possibility of coming back. There are people who have a political long life, like the cat.
Anyway, the other point is, if you check the earlier video where Honorable Abubakar Fofana take the oath of office, you see on one side you see the APC at their own side of the aisle, and then on the other side you see the SLPP. But except one person, we're not supposed to ordain at the side of the SLPP. The man just after Honorable Quintin Salia Kone, that's Honorable Mohamed Bangura on the side of the SLPP. And logically, and by procedures, you're not supposed to be on that side.
Patrick, Honorable Mohamed Bangura, for all what you want to say, he just choose for being controversial. He started it off from the time when, you know, the sitting of Parliament, where you get all the other MPs, they rescind on the decision not to go into Parliament. He took up that chance, he go, followed by Thompson, Akungutong, you understand? Alfred Thompson, Ebony Pikin, they all to go. So for me, not that he choose for day on the side of the SLPP. What did happen now? Even the APC parliamentarians, they throw scorns at Mohamed Bangura.
Well, by parliamentary procedure, he's supposed to, by parliamentary procedures, now he's SLPP. He's not supposed to cross to the other side.
No, I'm not sure saying
the moment the moment a lady maze, the moment look at the maze in front. The moment the lady maze, you're not supposed to cross from one side, go to the other side. The moment you cross, then you don't cross.
What happened with Robin Fale in last days in Parliament?
Robin Fale did not cross the aisle. He did not cross to the other side.
Well, why the speaker not tell him? Why the clerk not address that issue there?
So you mean the speaker they condone Honorable Mohamed Bangura?
I am not suggesting anyway. I'm just saying why they not address him.
Me get a view on that.
Yes, yeah. Kelvin.
This is a photo or a footage where then they can swear in a new
member of Parliament.
Member of Parliament. And I think say, categorical that everybody should stand in the way
I feel like the sitting and get problem.
Supposed to be.
There's a parliamentary proceeding. This is a parliamentary proceeding.
Yes, I know. But
and this is the main house. This is the main chamber.
But guess what? There are people standing right at the APC end. We're not so APC members.
No, they did not cross. If you see the leader of Parliament.
No, but look at that lady with the wig, the lawyer's wig.
That's an administrator. It's a clerk.
Thank you. So.
Dr. Umfa,
no, that's not Dr. Umfa. We talk about the political representatives, not the administrative representatives.
Yeah, but so me don't want just take this into cognizance because.
No, honestly, Patrick, me
at the parliamentary proceeding going on. And
yeah,
this is the maze.
But it's a standing position.
If you check the leader of government business, Honorable Matthew Numa, he just check behind the clerk of parliament. You see who say stop, watch him, he not cross. He know it's him, he not cross. And then he return. Because he know the implications.
Let's leave this for another program. Because it's clear now that Honorable Mohamed Bangura don't talk, say, he has to leave the APC at some point. Even though he not live in all of it, Lord just give him this chance now. Let enjoy these days. And Lord not judge him by this photo because this is just a photo.
So you mean the APC is scared for take the right action against Honorable Mohamed Bangura, probably expelling him because of what they been doing SBB Dubia days on the PMDC about Honorable Legacy Sanko.
Well,
the APC now they leak them.
I just want to tell you, say, Patrick, when it comes to parliamentary issues, I'm pretty much not adequately familiar. This I must say this.
But you remember the Honorable Legacy?
You understand? Yeah, I know Legacy Sanko of PMDC from Bo, I know Robin Fale.
Yes.
Now me and you two be then start TV, they watch television, they pull in cap, they pull in green and put in red. Now you force Allah. Don't so say this man don't go Probably it could be the beginning of a single exodus. You understand? Just like what see you about say, not just left and concentrate. Concentrate. But MPism, then he throws corn at Mohamed Bangura. Mohamed Bangura is a lone fighter. Mohamed Bangura, the Tagam, the APC, you talk to APC MP, they tell you Mohamed Bangura in their word, the rebel. They tell you Mohamed Bangura in, you don't buy, you don't sell. Anything you feel for do, now they do. Now you want to work out. Now want to talk, now want to do everything. So it's just a question, but I'm not sure, say, officially, even if you get the intent, that has not been expressed yet. You understand? For say, it move and cross to APC. I think the question of procedure for being on the sitting format, if we say situation where APC, he left the APC sitting format, then he go join, he grab, he go join, he go Usai, Tawa concert in the Sidom, the SLPP part. Then we will begin for no say, Mohammed, the rebel life don't full up is and bing.
So in body, Honorable Mohamed Bangura is APC.
And APC.
But in speed, it could not be APC. Insofar as this parliament is concerned. Anyway, which way do we go?
Anyway, let's give him his flowers. He's a fine politician and he finds pleasure in controversies, and everybody gets a young game plan. Now,
but if you check the same way kind of parliament, maybe you know what time as controversies. No. If you check the same way kind of parliament, APC be the then Tawa they say they for over 1 year or so. They say they go to parliament. Honorable Mohamed Bangura and Honorable Alfred Thompson, they say no, we are the people and vote we and no go collect with salary.
In entire political life, entire political life is full of controversies. He's been in the PMDC, he was controversial, he left, he formed the UDM controversially. He dropped out of the presidential race and he threw his cap to president, and it's by Koma by then, and it was not APC, and there was one by-election. We saw him now fully clad in APC, and while he became Minister of Information, a very influential ministry for over 2 years, and then when it came to the elections, he became a parliamentarian. So he wins in controversial situations. So I think this is one we don't set also for another level. So let's watch, because he is always a fluid politician and he has to give us something to think about.
And over and above, I believe say Mohamed Bangura are the most reshuffled politician. Based on waiting, the brother don't talk. From PMDC to UDM to APC, probably he's making his way to SLPP.
Don't you say Sobe.
That's what we're hearing.
Yeah, okay, Sobe.
That they go revive.
They go revive Sobe.
Cooling party.
But the question, Patrick, are you sure whether there is going to be an existence of a third force?
But we don't see over the years how third force they end up.
Ah well.
But
a classical example now.
Third force can always go to who carries the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're right.
Because we take back then the
Magais,
not even the Magais, the 1996 era.
Yeah, the third force was John Kaimu's.
John Kaimu.
Yes.
John Kaimu, the third force. And then we come to 2007 PMDC. And then later on, we know how subsequently
the third force is always going to melt down into the winner. Don't the one who makes Kangaisi one die day, then kill left day now, then turn rebel, then kill the party day. Don't another third force come back.
How they kill the third force for NGC? Not through MOU.
Simple MOU.
Simple MOU. We just made it tell you say you know fashionable at all.
All right. Okay.
They've all left.
Thank you, gentlemen. So moving from that, now we get a new Auditor General. Just in the last few hours, we saw a press release from State House. That was on 3rd, precisely yesterday. We say Abdulaziz is the new Auditor General. And this press release was signed by Yusuf Keketoma Sandi, the press secretary to the president, unlike what used to happen before, signed by the secretary to the president instead of the press secretary. Well, let's leave it for now. Abdulaziz replaced Lara Telopias as Auditor General. Abdulaziz have been deputy, one of the deputies to Lara Telopias. Remember, Lara Telopias was suspended in 2021 by Julius Maada Bio after in office been conduct one audit on the office of the president, where the office of the president see like an embarrassment. There are 2022 audit reports where say the office of the president forged receipts and do one or two things under UQUK standards. So they say they contact third party for verify their receipts, and they, instead of them go back to State House and ask them consent if whether they for do them or not. That means constitutes a tribunal shortly after, and that tribunal will be constituted the late man, Honorable Justice Ansumana Ivan Sise from Moyamba District. We get the Supreme Court, the retired Supreme Court judge from Kono, and then you get Mr. Farmer, retired state principal, retired principal state counsel, and then we constitute that tribunal day, and then presents a report after over 1 year of proceedings or investigations. Then we present the report to President Julius Maada Bio at State House last year, June, and then we present that report there to President Julius Maada Bio. And then among the things we then we recommend that the president for take action for let them remove Lara Taylor Pierce. And would that be get the authority for do that in Parliament? By 2/3 majority, then we for do that. However, Samba Momo, he say he already retire, resign in position before ever the recommendation come say the board or audit service island for Pula, because now them they recruit him, and the board they recruits the deputy. So it's been a long run. Now, the man in question when at the new Auditor General, we wish him good luck in my office. This picture you see here. We wish him the best of luck, a young man, younger than Abdurrahman, younger than myself. Mr. Abdulaziz, good luck to your office. And do the audits now in your office, we be the act as Auditor General, and do the audits where say there are ghost workers at the office of the Chief Minister and office of the Vice President, among several other things where you don't point out in tenure as acting Auditor General. Now being made substantive. Gentlemen, this is your new Auditor General. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, it's new officially, but it's not new because he was part of the audit system and he don't play a role. In fact, he don't get a couple of audit reports out already, some controversial, some not so, but as the case may be, he's a true auditing professional. And one of the things in way I mean, look way to make the name don't get all along. One, the substantive Auditor General, the name don't officially do away with her. She was on suspension, so you can't get a substantive when the substantive no legally quit the position yet. So, but he was doing the work. He had all the powers as acting to do audits on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, and they do quite well because of the reports that we don't come out well. I don't think say too much controversy there by the outcomes. And now you don't look for any way in that place. Anybody way now a professional accountant go one for seeing himself go to a certain level where you go able to command a whole place like the Auditor General. So you don't do it now. So I think not a new territory for any longer. It's that he gets now a fresher and newer mandate because he is now the substantive. So I think see that acting allowance we be the get. I think for can stop now and he getting full right and full salary and full condition of service. So he get for serve the people of Sierra Leone fully now in that capacity because he has been energized by this particular document. So it's cool for me, and we look forward. We've been always fit to say now woman for carry place because of the gender sensitivity.
I'm not sure they get Deputy Auditor General when I'm female.
Well, I can't tell.
Not to our knowledge.
I can't tell for now, but this government now, a government where they try for show see gender sensitive by getting so many female ministers and deputy ministers, but we not see it does replicate the public service yet, because the public service is still headed by a lot of men, and deputies all men. And even the managerial position itself. We for begin see women there, because the 30% is not connote just political offices or appointed.
And they also don't come under criticism, say even a whole party, they don't get any woman way that district chairman.
Yes, this entire week we did see them. All the district chairman and we miss we they don't elect. We see the list all the man. So I think conscious efforts get to be made for make sure say women then take the lead in the audit sector, the other sectors them, and inside the public service also, because I look with me, a lot of the people that will be still there when a male dominated area, I don't think say they don't achieve the 30%, like how they don't achieve more than na parliament and na cabinet level. But now the public service, well, I can't tell for the civil service, but the public service we meet with most of the time, still the top people and all still are man then, so we look forward. Yeah.
Abdulrahman, is it that the government is scared of appointing another woman with for fear of the Lara experience?
Well, for me, I get this impression.
Or maybe a woman, get any woman will get that qualification for dinner that kind of thing.
When we talk, I mean, fight for recall the name of the lady we himself work in our audit service, very good at a point. Now, one woman we are doing interview in a Star Television, very much excellent. That woman is very thorough.
Qualified. It's about qualification as well.
Yeah. Whoever works, let me tell you, may I tell you something? There are specific government institutions in this country, and they name two, right? Like Office of National Security, ONS. If you don't get the required qualification, you don't work there. Like this one with the talk show. You understand? If you don't get audit service, if you don't get the required qualification, you don't work there. You understand? One thing we be talk, I mean, try for recall a woman in him. But so many things come up. When they pronounce this man way, you they congratulate so Aziz. Many people and they ask whether it belong to the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants.
ICASL.
Yes. So they have to answer that question. Because remember when they put Lara aside, they came out with a press notice. We say Lara not do anything wrong, and they believe say she's one of them.
Yes.
They not dissociate themselves with them at all. So if this again not fall within our remedy, it's a question of let's sit and wait, whether the reaction they come from ICASL, you understand, or whatever consideration they will give. But they talk to somebody, a colleague of mine tell me, say, well, you don't know whether the time lapse, it don't go empower himself for make it fall within that bracket day. It could be possible.
So I mean, the whole long
yes.
From 2021?
Exactly, up to date. But government, what do you mean they see?
Parliament only completes the process for Pool Lara, I think in December, where they officially vote.
From the first day Lara pulling foot, sometimes you don't go enroll.
Yeah, maybe.
You understand? So me the talk say.
Well, he could have gotten the ACCA before even they make him deputy auditor general.
It's a very possible that
he was deputy. He was one of the 8 deputies under Lara Telopias.
Exactly. This all we just speculate because we don't. Yeah, we just.
It's an international qualification.
Qualification. Yes.
So you're not going to say
exactly.
So you can do it.
So I come back to the question. May I tell you something? In the question of this audit service, now Uda government able mollycoddle to death.
That's the big one.
And meaning?
Uda able control. I tell you something. Usually he can. Now Lara say forgery. Now the office of the presidency. Yes. Now he say ghost workers at the office of the brain box of all brain box. The brain box of Saloon. They go catch ghost workers and they win at Dr. Senge. You understand? He go reach a point where himself one show he want assert in professional stance. You understand? Because we don't see over and again the issue of audit service just to evolve around financial impropriety. Every report they come every year in year out. Now only financial misappropriation, which the procedural breach, which really happen. Aren't we in a position for actually addressing this thing? So it's a question of, let's see, you don't demonstrate during a brief stay, and that now you don't take the full responsibility going forward. It's a question of just doing the right thing. I hope, say, he will get to it, will be the secondary school, that word will use, he will get the temerity, you understand? for come point out some of the financial ills, irrespective of the ministry, irrespective of the agency, irrespective of the government department.
But not venturing into the office of the president. Anyway.
Well, then if you get the gumption for saying that again, say, now for you.
Just make a click put in a panel with something about They bring the terminology they will be take bluff in those days.
If you get the gumption for him, I say,
all right. So, gentlemen, now some good news for electricity, lights. Now,
sure.
Well, kind of. Some good news.
Kind of.
Because
can we get a different?
We've only been back and forth for some time now. And just 3 days ago precisely, we see a press release from Car Powership. And here it says that the Ministry of Energy, through Electricity Distribution and EDSA, a wish for inform the general public say they don't reach an agreement with Car Powership for increased power supply or electricity supply and for further extend the contract between the two parties, the government of Sierra Leone, through Ministry of Energy and Car Powership by 1 more year. They extend them by one more year. They say the following breakthrough, this breakthrough, Car Powership increased power supply to the usual from 25 megawatts during the rainy season. So during the season, they generate 25 megawatts for complement Bumbuna, where they generate 50 megawatts. During the dry season, then they generate 45 megawatts. That's in the Bumbuna, then supply the go down because water level they go down of electricity during the dry season. And so the general public is further informed that the governments of Sierra Leone and Car Powership have reached a negotiated settlement in which there has been a restructuring of the outstanding debt owed to Car Powership. That means that the failure for begin pay the money small.
Yeah, but then drop the interest safe to 16% other than the higher percentage you then get where then they go. All this, me, I'm not going to look for him too much praises on public officials because they are there to perform a duty. But I want to be specific to Dr. Kande Koleyum-Kela for the stance where he take really. He really take a very good stance because we all don't see this coming that there is something fishy. Well, we know categorically put a finger on certain person, but there are people where we suspect along the line where they make clear this Car Powership always be. Car Powership na a
makeshift arrangement.
A makeshift arrangement, na an emergency power supply system. Yes.
And he end up take Car Powership and use them as if na the Bumbuna way government spend huge amounts of resources and time for bill.
Well, we're not going to say
when he come, he say let there be light, and indeed there was light. But he used emergency electricity supply system.
Yeah, before the Car Powership came.
Yes.
But when even the Car Powership came, there were two. A smaller one being there na Kisi.
Yes, the other one
and the one this one in Akintom. So it reached some point where we don't reach some kind of optimum by electricity. So we no longer needed the one at Eastern. So it has to go. We left for this one. But however, we the journalists, the media people, and I think in Sierra Leone, they suspect say there is some kind of arrangement where not too clear to the public as to how funding they go to the Car Powership. So I think that's the reason why it's the role na EDSA, which before don't be for a long time before, because every government will come, they know say something was wrong at EDSA in terms of the energy sector, in terms of the contractual arrangements that will take place, and how money then they go into some account we will not even be able to verify. So with all them things in there, in get the temerity as around the me brother, in get the mind now for take the bold action they will take, we make them pull over 10 senior people them na EDSA.
And some people feel seen as scapegoatization.
That was the talks. But really,
say they scapegoatize those people, not to like the real reason where they pull them for.
But why is it about almost easy now for renegotiate and even see the reason why the people who we feel say adamant don't able to cut down on the interest to this level?
EDSA then at the receiving point. Now EGTC now then they sell light to EDSA. Then EDSA sell light Giwi. So those people like EDSA, for let them head them for the whole, for whatever negotiation with partnership, should that have been? But instead of EGTC and the Ministry of Energy, where they supervise EGTC and EDSA?
But why are we not...
I mean, people feel say then just scapegoatize those people.
No. Why are we not getting value for money? Because never mind people that say that they thief light and they get loss on or anything, but the light where we they buy, you understand? A good number of Salarians, they buy lights actually. And those monies, where are they going? Where they're not able for bankroll themselves, pass also in the weight for the Ministry of Financial Services.
Government institutions will owe more. I remember at some point, EDSA have been put out a notice under them same people that were in the so the administration, and put out a notice where list the number of government institutions where owe EDSA.
Practically,
and as a result, EDSA struggle for pay.
Practically, EDSA go na you building and cut off a lot of ministries that we get illegal connections. And we not be don't pay the light.
Yes, under the administration of them same people are with sack so.
Yes, but when they are gone now, we see the kind of improvement will don't take place. But you see, there are some people who have to leave for like certain things they happen because their mere presence they jeopardize a lot of arrangements there. So, but that's not all. That's not the magic wand. The magic wand for be within this 1 year, we for set up a permanent power system on ground in Salone. No level depend on this shit.
But we get Bumbuna.
Bumbuna is seasonal. Don't we get Black Hole Road, but not enough. We get yes the thermal machines there. We get how they call this place Kintom, not enough. Well, no, we get thermal.
And then we get an agreement for Transco CLSG.
Wait, come out because. Why we don't go big
and then quite recently, Dr. Kano Yumkela go Guinea.
Then we don't get one plant where they install na Kisi. We explain the natural gas plant we get for take place. So there are many things. So let we insist on getting those. So by the time when the 1 year elapsed, we get something. Maybe we will not go need too much from partnership. And we're not going to be so ungrateful for them now. So we'll give them at least 1, 3 or 4 months. Then they pack them back small and they left the place. But it's high time we get something on the ground.
Abdulrahman, we get too many independent power producers. Partnership is one. We get the original Thermal, King Tom and Kisi. We get Bumbuna. We get Transco CLSG. And then we get one Namakeni.
Agreco?
No, Sunbad, former ADAX. Former ADAX. And then quite recently, we are using kind of Yumkela say, go Guinea for go get electricity from Guinea. Guinea, we don't take over Salone Yenga. Guinea, we Salone and anyways, I'll leave that side here. So if say go Guinea for go get electricity from Guinea for can supply Salone. Too many independent power producers, but with very little what the Sierra Leoneans they realize. Blackouts, most parts of the country, in fact, for bulk of the population, they suffer blackout. There's about 30-something% of Sierra Leoneans they enjoy electricity. Most of the population outside Freetown now on solar, renewable energy. Too many players, but with little results.
Patrick, I hope Sewita they can talk no go sound pretty much explosive. Patrick, you see this steel they call KPS, Cow Powership? The day they left Salone, they don't get no customer again. I make them wreck. You go ever you feel say you owe debts, so we get for pay you money.
We don't know who get customer again.
Cow Powership.
But they are in Lebanon.
They are in
Lebanon, they are in other countries.
They are in Ghana.
Yeah, they are in Ghana.
You understand?
Same blackout crisis.
You go ever imagine why the courts come to 16%?
Yeah.
16%, you still accept.
Yeah.
Think of it. Now you talk of the irony of getting many independent power supplies. In the next coming months, as much as I know, and waiting Dr. Kanda Yomkela tell we in a press conference that every section forget a sustainable electricity supply of the country. Every section, like entire hill station, they get an independent, stand-alone IPS, independent power supply.
When it's on, say that will happen.
And they tell we say they don't put the feasibility on, then they look for the bidding process, and they are on it. They go for show them, that papers them for advertise and do everything. Brookfields, the entire Brookfields community, they get an independent power supply. Then believe say that is sustainable approach.
I mean, a model where each community gets.
Thank you. Each and every community they get in IPS.
In a society, in a city where poorly planned, where they don't bastardize the plan.
No. That's possible. That's possible because the infrastructure is already there.
Yeah.
Because now Brookfields will get to main master transformer
station
where they by Kiama Road. You understand?
Substation.
Yes, a substation. They get other transformer all around.
So then they ask for investors that will come inside.
Because now if you pass Aberdeen, where you na Cape Road, look the barracks. You understand? You see waiting on building. Now a standard substation.
Yes.
We can able to handle the power for the Aberdeen sector.
Because it's a tourist destination. It's a tourist site.
Yes. No. Well, I think these are some
hospitality. Then hotel. Yeah.
So you got for harness that money there. Because this is the money you get with the feeding to we the ordinary consumers. We own money will go lesser because then when they get lift for operate, they get air conditioning, they get water heating. So then we burn more light and pay because they no one cause noise in the localities with generators and pollute the air more. So then go pay, then go afford for pay. And when you get any area get in your own power grid and you get your own power provider, I think it is easier now to catch thieves of light because you get a mechanism we're able to track each meter now.
But here you get a system where they say an age-old system. They say the reason you make them, even if we get 150 or 200 or all the lights from heaven, they say free time no go for absorber because of the age system.
The distribution system.
Yeah,
we get that from former.
So we seem to get some contradictory statements.
Exactly. No. What I don't observe because I don't traverse the city. I don't operate in the eastern part. I understand say there is no way you will able to give eastern 24-hour light right now because of the distribution system is archaic. So if you pump 24-hour light there, something will explode. So let them do the transformation. We don't happen at the west. The west you able to give 24-hour light at the western part because I don't experience 24-hour light for a long time at the western part. But I'm not ever able to experience
24 hours light?
Yes.
7 days a week?
I say 24 hours. I don't know if that's 7 days a week. But what I mean say 24 hours, it is just practical. That was what former Minister Kanjasi say. Tell me categorically. He said because of the system where they now, the eastern part, is not...
The transmission?
Yes, the transmission. Because now we see, say now, most of the poles within this area, now, newer poles, they with that cable where you see coated, then black coated cable. Those are recent cables, and then cable for absorb because they are bigger, they are stronger, then they are robust. But eastern, where you see cable where they pass now eastern, where they serve some community. Some community light candy, you know they able light air condition with them.
Patrick.
You understand?
Right, okay.
Because the system don't like overload and all the other. So then they really need waiting and do now west.
Patrick, the leadership at the Energy Ministry left with Dr. Kanda Yomkela alone. If him be at the helm of affairs, he's not a minister. Madam Naina the minister.
He's a de facto minister.
He's not qualified to be a minister.
For now.
No, well, I mean, don't expand the time.
He's not qualified to be a substantive minister.
Okay.
Well,
Don't forget the matter of law. You understand?
Boy,
left with him alone. This car powership, enough for not renew the contract. What see man say? That is exactly when there was this energy conference at the FCC auditorium. He said in leadership, now they look at a quick fix. He said he wants an approach where they even transcend the lifespan of any government where they come. Whether BSLP, PSLP, their life, not to 20 years, you don't. You understand?
No, Julius Mada being administration.
You understand? You understand?
Don't make SLPP vexed by you.
You understand? Julius Malala administration. You understand? So you know what's a quick fix for himself? This couple forum, if we don't go, I make them dilly-dally on this thing. You understand?
But at the same
but
time,
perhaps there are other forces where they tell you say, no, but we need this thing. Now I make even the percentage. Then bra waiting at the sea. They come, they still say, would they accept the 16%? Where do they go?
Because they don't have
they don't get option. You understand? Then there was this again at the press conference. They say, why make Bumbuna not function effectively? Now because of sedimentation, the activities of the mining companies. And the only mining company where they're very close to Bumbuna, na Kihu mining company. And when I talk to the senior geologist at Kihu, he said, oh man, he said, well, no processing of we iron on air. So there was no way where sedimentation they go inside. How they pull her, that's how they put it at they go with her. So who said sedimentation? Because sedimentation they count water where they gush. You understand? They roll through into
illegal mining operations when you go
we go alongside.
you understand?
Especially gold mining.
Exactly, in that area.
Na Magorka. Magorka downstream.
No, across
Who said they gonna man them?
Who
said it?
Illegal gold mining across the island,
Now if you don't know more than any mine gold now.
Yeah, Lake Suffolk is done.
Yes, all the rivers.
You understand?
Hence EPA repeatedly don't do operation for seize for go and burn then dredge day.
But then still they come up back.
But then still they come up. Each time they go burn they do a new
But
one.
they get now from enemy.
Enemy they deny, say they not.
Just like how many people that went bill at Black Johnson, they get documentation from the Minister of Lands.
People as illegal miners, then they go there, they read them.
They get documentation from the Minister of Lands.
Some, but we know they see who side they prosecute in a court or whatever.
They don't ever stand trial.
We know they see who side they
All the people that make right of claimants at Black Johnson, they get documentation from the Minister of Lands. So who's the problem come out?
Okay, to Black Johnson again. Don't go to the illegal miners. They still there.
Now he asked that question.
All across the
Now he asked that question by the press conference.
I think there are 9 flowing rivers in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
When a major ones there.
So it is possible to say
all they suffer.
it's possible to say Bumbuna they suffer.
Even the tributaries, they all they suffer.
They all they suffer illegal
The river
mining.
and the tributaries, they all
They all they
suffer.
suffer illegal mining.
They all suffer illegal mining.
So, you know,
nobody will put blame saying na King Ho or Leo Rock or whatever it is. All in fact, some of them they even accuse some of our African brothers.
and with Chinese brothers.
Yes.
Also the kind.
Chinese our brother.
You know, brother, humanly.
Who said that you license for export fish to the Chinese market?
Yeah, so now.
They give $55 million for well,
That's
like
a
brother.
59.
Is that not
59, well, like brother. Yeah, your brother's keepers. You don't, Abdulrahman?
Yeah, so Patrick, on this electricity, I mean, now we get a national conversation on this thing. Don't not just left na Mada Bio and Kandi Yonkela here. Now we get a national conversation. You might not be an engineer. You know to Andrew Kelly.
I'm not.
You understand? Or I'm an engineer, Nabe. You understand?
I'm too old to become one.
You understand? But the point here is now we get a national conversation. Development journalism can even come inside and look at the factor the whole field say can would drive development growth. Hire the likes of Kelvin. You understand? We don't work for BBC Media House for quite a long time. His service will be vital. And say, how can we dot the I's and cross the T's in all of these? But this quick fix, we afraid. After the expiration for 1 year, now we now go back and look with vomit.
This is the problem with
the press conference, the press release say 1 year. Now you read them.
Yes.
Now we now go back after 1 year, we now get solution. They will say, you know, it's now go back to Kappa.
We'll be back for another 1 year.
You understand?
Yes.
But the kind of young color, you know.
And not also before the 1 year, before they renegotiate, then they lock with blackouts and shuts down the ship.
Yes, they will not pay. So this is the irony.
Yes.
So
the only advisor they give to Kanye Yom Keller, I know say you're very brilliant, but when you talk to the common man on electricity for able to get attention and make it understand, reduce on that Queen's language, that big grammar the way you can speak. Just be simple, break it down for make ordinary people. I don't say that CKC you go. What makes you a very good student?
I want to be the devil's advocate. Something in engineering,
you know there
is no way you go
exactly. No, you're right.
So it's either you left and day, or you call some of Google for Cam,
yes,
so that the person will understand. Okay. But however, a very serious situation we discuss in a mild way, but people have really understand say electric power now the driving force to a better economy, for a better education, for a better social living.
And it's costly.
So, and it's really costly.
And it's
But because it's costly, no for make the layman suffer, no forget them. He forget them. So that behoves on the government for create ways and avenues for let the ordinary man enjoy them basic rights. The good thing is, industrialization, they come up small. So how if what they happen, what we supposed to understand is when industrialization they come up in a country, the industries they pay the light bill really for the people.
Yes.
Because we cannot pay if we say no more they put on certain terms how the light cost. Then send all the trend to we.
The tariff will be high.
The tariff will be very, very high. So, but if you get industrial production, they go on highly. You know, we don't get a factory, we put them at the national grid. We get cement factory, we put them at the national grid. We get palm oil converting into oil and other products, we put them all at the national grid. Then we pay the bulk of money, where they go direct for the service of the car partnership and payment. Then we all small because as service on family brand, now 100 Leon's lights then they buy, they put another meter. When they don't put them, they all don't go work. Then put ulti off, then go work. Would go school, they go school. Where Papa can even say, then put on. Would I charging phone? Would I able to look television? Would I able to get fan? When they ready for sleep, they also like they sleep. Any money back then go. Or when blackouts can, in fact, the money they did it. So if not that money they don't really only else are they wait for, they don't get better money. Yeah. But when they get processing factories, we need light every day for processed food on commercial basis. You get the Samcos, you understand, fishing companies and welding. Jolax, then the welders themselves, they only pay, that kind of big light bill. Those are the monies where will make sense.
And systems put in place for prevent theft.
For prevent theft. And that system is simple because this is a electronic age. Yeah. You understand? You get a big switchboard system where they give feedback of any meter where they tamper with. These are the systems where you see now. It's highly magnetic. When they tamper with the meter, the system they give you the feedback. We get honest people for report that say, hey, meter so and so section has been tampered with. Then go there immediately. When with all that set, then they can do it for the ordinary man. They will enjoy free light, almost semi-free light.
Kelvin Lamin Lando, head of production for Amaze TV. Thank you very much. And also Abdurrahman Kama, station head for Star TV. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, somebody tell me one of them is say Salia, say Salon problem, a big pursuit. Say so we'll not go for Don and talk there. And indeed, we cannot stop. We'll continue anyways. So thank you to the guests there. Now we'll move to the second half of the show, and let's start with sports. Remember just recently, a couple of days ago, the president of the African Squash Federation been paid a visit to Sierra Leone, a walking visit. So after that, now, with the YAI, some good news for the Squash Association, or the squash aspect of sports, because the Minister of Sports and the Executive Director of the National Sports Authority now don't pledge their support to the Squash Association. For more, let me join Mohamed Collier.
Hello and welcome to the Today Show Sports Update on Slick TV channel 37. The president of the African Squash Federation has paid a high-level courtesy visit to key sports stakeholders in Sierra Leone as part of his effort to strengthen the development of squash across the continent. During his visit to Freetown, the African Squash president held separate but fruitful meeting with the Minister of Sport and the Executive Director of the National Sports Authority. At the Ministry of Sports, the visiting president was warmly received by the minister and senior officials, where discussions centered around the growth, infrastructure, need, talent, development, and regional support for squash in Sierra Leone. The minister, Augusta James Temer, expressed government commitment to supporting minority sport and acknowledged squash as a fast-growing discipline with huge potential.
With us, so that we can work together and see how we can push. And a moment like this, leaving your own country, leaving all what you have to do to go around member states shows that you are a serious association internationally, and that is what will spill over to the national. And I think that is taken into consideration. And I think it has to reach even the highest authority to show how much serious you people are and how much you want to see sport takes into consideration what government is looking forward to. Because in our country, the political stance is how we can employ the youths, job opportunities for them. And squash can be one way. Our youths can be engaged so that these things and vices in societies, especially the use of drugs, you know what it means, a repercussion on our youths will not be that who are interested in playing squash. And as I said, I've seen it, and the president and team actually started at a level that will take them far. It's not cut off. They have started at a level, grassroots level, and coming up. And I saw that even the school level the other day. And I think that goes a long way. And as I said, it has actually added more ingredients to the sauce they've already prepared. As you know, in our own country as well, a 30% quota has been emphasized. So in whatever situation, we want that we encourage the girls also to come up
all our programs involve female students.
Great. I have no doubt in you. Thank you so much for holding the fort. And I pray, I'm looking forward, and I pray that you continue to, be our expectation together with your team. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I want to take the opportunity to bid you farewell, a safe trip back home. And our regards to your family and friends of the Squash family. Thanks so much.
Later, the African Squash president also visited the National Sports Authority, where he met with the executive director, Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, and his team. The meeting focused on ways the NSA can collaborate more closely with both the Sierra Leone Squash Association and the continental body to boost grassroots participation and secure international funding and exposure, and pledged technical and logistical support to help elevate the sport locally. He also praised the leadership of the Sierra Leone Squash Association for its continued advocacy and initiatives. The visit marks a significant step in repositioning squash in Sierra Leone and lays the foundation for future partnership, including hosting regional tournaments and training programs.
So we're very happy with your coming. I know it's the beginning. We will spotlight the importance of it. What we do at the National Sport Authority is to regulate sport. Our first point would be register the sport, make sure that you have the legal basis to operate. And then we also, in that registration, we ensure that there is a democratic executive, there is a bank account, there is a constitution. What we now do is to monitor to ensure that the executive governs according to their own constitution. Because at the end of the day, many sports have had long-standing conflict when illegality and unconstitutionality ensue. So that's what we do. We also provide a platform. Over the years, this government, President Bill, has invested a lot in sport, not just football sport. And we have supported almost all the sporting disciplines, except maybe the new ones that are coming in, cricket. We support them for international travels. This year, our priority is infrastructure, because we believe that participating in all of the sporting events internationally will not benefit us if we don't have the infrastructure. We have to have the infrastructure locally to play. If you don't have it, people will not land, people cannot develop. But we've also insisted on local domestic competitions, because that's how you are able to produce the best. And those domestic competitions should be held across the country. As you may know, people think when you say sport, it's about Freetown. So outside of Freetown is nothing. And really outside of Freetown, the interior and the provinces, that's where the athletes are. The most undiluted athletes, that's where they are. So one of the things we're insisting on is that. So once you are rolling out, is to ensure that these things are, once you play domestically across the country, then you get the best people who can represent the country. And the government can support when it comes to international. So these are like a requirement for us. So we're very pleased that you guys are here. As time goes on, we'll sit the technical committee here, headed by Dr. Swire, the deputy, and my colleagues will sit with you, and you can go through all of these rules and regulations. And we're there to promote. We're there to attend your event, make sure everybody understand that this is one of the best sports that we can play in the country. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
In another news, football fans across the country, it's another exciting match day in the Leon Rock Premier League as the 2024-2025 season continues with thrilling encounter scheduled for Saturday, 5th July. 3 big fixtures will light up stadiums across the nation. At the SLFA Academy in Kingdom, Old Edwardians FC will go head-to-head with Bulham Stars FC. Both teams will be looking to grab all 3 points as they continue their campaign in the top flight. Over at the Approved School Field, a classic rivalry awaits Eastern Lions FC face off against mighty Blackpool. These fixtures promises fireworks as 2 of Sierra Leone's most historic clubs lock arms in a highly anticipated showdown. Meanwhile, at the Kenema Town Field, Cambo Eagles FC will host defending champions Bo Rangers FC. Expect a tough contest as the Eagles aim to soar at home, where the Rangers look to maintain their dominance. Stay tuned and follow the actions as the Leon Rock Premier League continues to deliver top-class football and unforgettable moments. This is all we have for you in this edition of the Today Show Sports Update on Slick TV Channel 37 with me, Mohamed Kolia.
Thank you, Mohamed Kolia, for the sports. And that will bring you up to speed with how you will travel out or into the country for Saturday. Here's your travel update this, your flight schedule precisely. Let's start with Sea Coach, boat service. We get early and bright departure at 5 a.m. Askai Airlines flight KP023 go left Banjul, the Gambia. It makes stops in Freetown International Airport at 5 after 8 in the morning, Accra. And finally reach Lome, Togo at 8:45 in the morning. Next up at 8:30 in the morning, Askai Airlines flight KP043 will take off from Freetown International Airport, head to Lome, Togo, arriving at 10 after 9 a.m. In the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Askai Airlines flight KP022 will left Lome, Togo, stop in Freetown International Airport at 4 o'clock afternoon, and reach Banjul, the Gambia at 4:45 p.m. At 5 after 4 afternoon, another Askai Airlines flight will left Lome, Togo, and head to Accra, Ghana, and then to Freetown International Airport. Also in the afternoon at 4 o'clock, Air Senegal flight HC213/4 go left Dakar, Senegal, reach Banjul, the Gambia at 6:55 in the evening, and Freetown International Airport, 7:50 in the evening. For you to travel overnight at 9:30 in Anet, Turkish Airlines flight TK533/4 go left Istanbul, Turkey, with stops in Ouagadougou before it reach Freetown International Airport at 10 after 1 in the morning, and continue back to Istanbul, Turkey at 10 after 2 in the morning. That night travel update for Saturday. This information will help you get a smooth and better preparation for your journey. Safe journey, wherever or whatever way you're traveling, whether in or out of the country, or both ways. And now, let's move to health tips. And join Paulina Bendu Samba for bringing you the advice.
Welcome to Today Health Tips. Today, we can talk about small thing, but this particular thing here so is very strong because it pertains in clean environment and how it help with mental well-being. 1. It reduce stress and worry. When you in a clean and clutter-free area, your brain they relax. Research shows say messy place dey increase cortisol, that's na the stress hormone. But when the place neat, it dey give you peace and sense of control. 2, it dey help you for focus and work fine one. If the area messy, you might not go able concentrate at all. Clutter dey pull your attention, but when all thing clean, you go focus better one, you go think fast and you go do your work fine. 3, it dey make you feel happy. Even the act of cleaning dey make you feel good because it dey release dopamines when na the happy hormone. When you don clean, you go feel satisfied and that go lift your mood up. 4, it dey help you for sleep fine. Clean bedroom mean better sleep. When your bed sheets clean, you close them not scatter, and the room quiet, your mind go rest well. That's now one important thing for mental health. 5, it dey encourage good habits. If your environment clean, it easy for take care of yourself. You go want for eat better, exercise, and keep good routine. Remember say, health na wealth, so continue for the take care of your space and your mental health go tell you thank you.
All right, welcome back. So this night today should remember, and now bringing up with some stories. So the new fuel pump price don't bring plenty expectations from among members of the public. And Sumana Wena, the deputy manager for Zala fuel station, where the public know and don't they say they sell arguably the cheapest rate of petrol station at the country. The Motem branch say them pricing and full pumping format, they draw the public attention to them. That area they along the hillside community for go towards grafting. They also say they're happy, they're glad where other fuels distribute to them, they try to meet the new price format.
You understand, with time we go 25 when I be the petrol, diesel be the 23. So pressure then come up and all will be go 26 back. You understand? So until like 1 week back we be the 25. Then the diesel be the 24. And today now we don't equal everything to 24. Where some man go look at it and say, why do I have for the seller at this price? Why did they sell at that price? You don't understand? So that pressure that nobody know the big pass, who do I know for big pass? You don't understand? So there it is. But I believe the way so reach to this level, now mutual understanding. Because then there's a understand say NPB themselves we don't go 25, 24. You understand? So today now we try for puts and down flat. 24, we try for equal. Sierra Leoneans and glad, you know, they're happy because nobody know the way they wish for letting they go up. You understand? All man they pray for let they go down. And really this thing we don't start another today. You get me? We don't start another today. So like we still create the impact and they continue for creating. So you see how people they appreciate the price. Then one, then we lead away they up. Then they first they give you enough sales. The price now one. The lead time flop one and another thing again. So then they make the jump packs. Of course, when I say this, you understand, how they can video, now they see the traffic and all. So you see, one thing about government price, you know for sell above government price. But if you put them below, an officer a crime anyway. So you left to the person if in the loss or you know the loss. So you don't understand it. But then they are an officer a crime. What's it I feel saying a crime? If government say don't say 26, they go sell 27 point something. Than in a crime. But these flat rates are not a problem anyway.
All right, so the Executive Director of Native Consortium and Research Center at Monabu, where don't prove or don't show over the period for being an economic justice freedom fighter, say since the petrol or petroleum price don't reduce, they expect transportation safe the price them for go down and other goods and services as well. If not, it advocates for let them sack the Minister of Transport because, according to him, they show say they're not competent.
This fuel price supposed to come to 22, 23. So now, the couples are mentioned in the reach now. Then we say Zala, they evade tax. Now then don't begin sell cheap. NP, they don't begin sell cheap to 23, 24. So Zala said don't put your price down. So don't tell, we need for clap for Zala. Zala don't put it. Zala not get plenty decided, but we need for tell God thank you for Zala. You understand? So now, Zala don't put you to 24, 24. Other fuel station, not to man they tell you. Now no need for tell you, when you don't put the fuel station down, when you don't put it down, now this is now called fuel reduction revolution. This is a revolution. No matter what this revolution, God don't ordain this revolution. Everybody for putting price down. When you put it down, the next one I go for help me for FET, now for let transport price go down. Because only advocate for the product, only advocate for keke, the one that they get corner and the profits. And the private people in the profits. This reduction is for reflect on the price of keke, Okada, sea transport, waka fine bus, and transport price to pull the way they go upline. You need to reflect on all. That's now our advocacy. You understand? And when they call on the PRL, put the price down to 23. When PRL put the price down, when reduce the price, and they do another calculation for now. If the Minister of Transport not reduce the price, will they give 48 hours? Will they ask for the President Osaka because not fit, not competent?
Don't miss a losses, don't come up from now small. I've been spend high. Because it's how they buy 27. I want not 2 liters I can buy. But now they will buy 3, 4, 5 liters. Yes. The fuel long go down, let them self come buy. Yes. Let them left for the buy Jebu, let them buy a fuel station. And the best side, because Jebu now we don't use for the buy now. Because the price we don't go high. So let them come buy a petrol station, don't cheap. 24 euros for 1 liter. Now that's government for try to, like when the petrol they go down, the price of transportation back for go down. That's not the problem. Now we save the encounter because fuel they go down, petrol, the transport system are the same way they. So the need for put on down, transport for go down.
Yeah, Zala, we don't do the from the tailway, then say 26, way other side and they sell 27, 27.3. We dey now because we look and say that small way then pull come out. If you calculate and all, especially for who get them big boat kaya, you able to buy more liters. But not say we able to save money now. And we want to tell the management of Zala, thank you. May them keep it up. Then the show we say then are true Sierra Leonean and we're happy for that.
Day before yesterday I buy Naya so 25. But I don't come and they watch the machine right now. I see 24,000. Now I make a joy they laugh. I feel good about them. When you get different price, you get side where you see say there is a difference. Of course, I see say it give me opportunity for get more. So I feel good about that. I want to tell all other sellers them, where other dealers them where they sell say it's a good thing because we the citizens there we glad where the price don't come down. So it's a good thing. Let them say follow, let them follow suit. The people the way they do this, then get the people of the country at heart. So I sure say if the government self get we at heart, then self go follow suit and talk to other dealers them for give we a better price. Because really, to be honest, we glad where we they see say where we can Zala. Look where the line long. Where we can Zala, we get a better price now. We glad.
I'll bring you back up to speed. Thank you, Baki, for the material we put for it together. Remember, yesterday, we bring to you an old man. The man you see on the screen. Not to thief, not to die. Well, we don't know. But not to thief. His name is Reynold Layode Thomas. He day na 7 Henry Street, Freetown. Now loss. A loss June 20, where it be the head to U building. It be the make way, it be the worker go towards U building. And that day a loss. From that day a loss. They not see it. About 50 something years old. But he gets small problem with in memory. So maybe you go don't see him side, or in case you see him. Now 5 feet 6 inches tall, then say get round face, as you see under the picture, he get round face. And then last year he wear black cap, blue jeans, and yellow Africana clothes. That be wearing. So if you see him, or by any chance you don't see him around, carry on to number 7 Henry Street, Freetown, or you call 034 111 990 or 076 62 1168 or 076 735 948. Or maybe you find the nearest police station in Kayangode, then you're able for go left farm number 7 Henry Street for you. It can be you fumble tomorrow. So help them people there also them fumble with the loss. And that's why we will take end today on edition of the Today Show, this Friday edition, the last day of this week. And thank you to you, we don't take time for watch the show. Thank you to the production team, we make the show come to you throughout this week, particularly today. Thank you to the guests them also. We appreciate you so much. Mina Patrick Salia, good evening.